How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fred Zollner Stadium and tonight's broadcast here on SummitCitySports.com featuring Southside High School and Bishop Dwenger Saints. It's a beautiful evening here at Fred Zollner Stadium. Not a cloud in the sky, bright sunshine. Both teams will soon be coming to the field, but we thank you for joining us here on SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center. Tonight's the third game of the season for both Southside and Bishop Dwenger. Dwenger's 2-0 with wins over Wayne and last week at Northside. They're led by their coach, Chris Schwarzkopf, in his 14th year with a record of 133-41. Last year, Dwenger was the 2015 state champion. They're currently ranked number 1 in 4A. On the other hand, the Archers, they have not fared so well. They're 0-2. Their losses came to Concordia and Northrop. They continue to be in a rebuilding mode with third-year Coach Roosevelt Norfleet. The Archers did lose against Dwenger last year, 57-6, and it's been 16 years since the Archers have beaten the Saints, so I'm sure the Archers would like to change that this evening. The Archers are also looking for their first winning season that is, in the last 6 years. The Dwenger Saints are led by number 15, Blake Pachelny, senior quarterback. So far this year, he's been 16 for 38 for 227 yards. And he'll be occupied in the backfield with a player who hasn't played much this year, actually not at all. Amon Clark, after 2 weeks off, is actually going to be back in the game. The Saints are led in running, not only by their quarterback. Well, they're led by their quarterback with 17 carries, as well as number 23, Jordan Hudson, with 13 carries for 87 yards. Mitch Effinger, 12 carries for 41 yards. And then there's Winklejohn and Clark, who will also run for the Saints. That's definitely their bread and butter. The receivers for the Saints are number 21, Tommy Steele. He has 5 receptions. And number 84, Bradley Black, has 4 receptions. The Saints actually have outrushed the Archers 219 yards to 128.5 yards this season. But on the flip side, the Archers have passed for 229 yards to just 113.5 yards for the Saints. Big difference in the offense for these two squads is actually putting points on the board. Dwenger has averaged 33 points to the Archers' 13.5. Southside is led by Dennis Johnson, senior quarterback. He leads the Archers. He's 31 out of 62 for 50% completion rate. He has 458 yards thus far in the season. He also has been a threat to run as he has carried the ball 37 times for 88 yards. Markalen Harrison will be the junior running back behind Johnson. He's carried the ball 25 times for 151 yards, averaging just 6 yards a carry. And then the Archers have a trio of receivers. Number 1, Taurease Bobo, who's their leading receiver, a senior. Number 6, Eldridge Wells, also a senior. And number 10, Amarian Green, sophomore, and he is those are the 3 leading receivers for the Archers. On the defensive side of the ball, the Saints will have Frankie Yanko with 13 tackles, Peter Winklejohn is the middle linebacker with 12 tackles, and Isaac Bloom with 10. The Archers are led by number 54, Markalen Davis, a senior with 10 tackles, 21, Gerald Little, a junior with 8 tackles, and then Omar Jackson, a sophomore, and Ronnie Barnett, a senior, who both have 7. The officials are at the center of the field. They'll be calling out, I believe, the captains. Actually, I think we're just going to start play. The Archers are going to be going north to south, and Dwenger will go from south to north. It appears that Dwenger is going to receive. Kicking for the Archers is number 29, Freedom Neh. He's a junior. Back for the Saints, we have number 33, Mitch Effingham. And I believe maybe that's number 30, Trayvon McGarry. So, again, thank you for joining us here on SummitCitySports.com for this 3rd game of the season. McGarry's going to pick it up about the 13, 5, 10, 15, up to the 30, 35, 37, 42-yard line, actually, for the Saints. Well, they'll start the ball game. Nice run back for McGarry. The officials are going to put the ball down just shy of the 41-yard line. Big key to this game. Will Dwenger look past the Archers as they face some big boy competition in the weeks ahead? We'll see. Here is Pachelny's back in the shotgun. In motion, number 13, Amon Clark. He's going to pick up about 3. He's tackled by the big man in the middle for the Archers. Looks like number 72, Christian Smith. So it's 2nd down and about 7. Pachelny's going to keep it. This time going up in the middle. It's going to be wrapped up with about a 3-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 3 with 11:13 here in the first quarter. Andre White is credited for the Archers with that tackle. So key down here for the Archers. They want to get this ball back. Pachelny looks like he's going to come up under center. He's going to have Winklejohn behind him as well as Amon Clark. Receivers out to the left and right. Clark up to the middle, makes it 1st down. It'll be the first down for Dwenger. The ball's now in Archer territory at the 46-yard line. 2 receivers will split out to the left. Actually, it looks like 3. Little confusion. Perhaps there's going to be 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Pachelny looks to the left and off the fingertips of number 23, Jordan Hudson. Hudson is 13 receptions for 87 yards this year with 1 TD, but this one tips off his fingertips and was nearly intercepted. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Clark behind Pachelny. Hand off. And that's actually Isaac Cornwell with the carrier. As I was preparing for this game, that was something I was taken back by, is the number of running backs that Dwenger has. Cornwell gets virtually nothing on that gain, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Saints. Nick Houck to the right, as well as number 21, Tommy Steele. 2 receivers to the left. No one in the backfield Pachelny's in the shotgun, looking left, pressured, and overthrows number 13, Ahmad Clark. Pachelny was definitely under pressure by the Archers. Number 50, Jacob Torres, and number 21, Gerald Little. So it's 4th down. Will Dwenger go for it, or will they punt? Pachelny is also their punter. Looks like they're going to go for it. Steele off to the right-hand side. 2 receivers to the left. Fake play action pass, and it's in and out of the hands of number 21, Tommy Steele. And the Archers are going to take over on downs. Omar Jackson with the pressure on Steele. So the Archers will take over at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Number 5, Dennis Johnson, leads the Archers. He's a senior quarterback. He's dangerous in the run and the pass. 6'2" senior, 180 pounds. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. The Archers like to throw it. Johnson back, throws it over the middle and in and out of the hands of number 8, Quantiz Book. He definitely had that ball, but just maybe a little early game jitters coughs that up. But fortunately for the Archers, it hit the ground before anyone else from Dwenger could pounce on that. So 2nd down and 10. We've got 9:26 left in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the right with number 13 in motion. 13 for the Archers. A.J. King is going to catch it, but isn't going to pick up anything. If anything, he's going to lose a yard. So the ball's going to be placed back at the just shy of the 45-yard line. 3rd down and 11 for the Archers. Thomas Davis is in the backfield along with Johnson. 3 receivers to the left and the right, and there's a penalty flag called. Penalty is called on the Archers. It's going to back them up 5 yards. And so it'll be 3rd down and 16. Bobo, their leading receiver for the Archers here on the near side. 3 receivers split out to the left. Johnson back, and he's getting chased, and he's going to be taken down, but there's a flag on the play. Not exactly sure if it's a hold or it's going to be a hold against the Archers. So I'm sure that Dwenger is going to, they're going to deny that penalty, and it's going to bring up 4th down and forever. And number 81 for the Archers, Bert Ford, is going to be in to kick for the Archers. He's had 5 punts for 83 yards, his longest is 25, back for the Saints. We've got 2 back at the 40-yard line, their 40-yard line. Oh, it's a fumbled snap. Fumbled. Actually, the punter missed it. And, oh boy, Bert comes up with his own fumble. But through that fumble, Dwenger is going to have excellent field position nearly at the 14-yard line of the Archers. That is definitely not what Coach Norfleet would want to start the game with after having an initial defensive stand. Now receivers split out to the left and the right. One back with Pachelny. Play action pass and wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. Number 21, Tommy Steele. For Steele, that's a little bit of redemption as he fumbled the last ball out of play. Didn't actually count as a fumble, but he dropped the pass on that last possession. So Dwenger strikes first with 8:56 left in the first quarter. Number 19, C.J. Booth, who's 7 of 8 with PATs. He's going to kick it. And it's up. And it's good. The Archers appeared to get a hand on that to slow it down, but it still went through the upright. So here in the first quarter with 8:56 left, Bishop Dwenger strikes first with a about a 14-yard touchdown pass to number 21, Tommy Steele. We want to give thanks once again to our sponsors tonight, SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like us on our Facebook page at Summit City Sports, or be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can watch these games again and again in their entirety, generally within 24 to 36 hours. Well, after scoring on this the second possession for Dwenger, the Archers are down now 7-0. The kick's going to be made by C.J. Booth. Back for the Archers is Torrance Bobo. And number 13, A.J. King, excellent kick, drives him back to the end line. Bobo's going to come out to about the 17-yard line, so about a 16-yard return for Bobo, where he's taken down, and the Archers will try to get their offense going here after going backwards in this last possession. I have not seen number 22, Markalen Harrison, the leading rusher for the Archers. So I'm not sure if he's hurt this evening, but he has not been in the game just yet. We have number 4, Thomas Davis, next to Johnson. Bobo on the near side. 3 receivers to the right. Hand off to Davis. Goes up about 3 yards, perhaps. Maybe 4 yards. And stopped by the Bishop Dwenger line. Looked like Alex Watercutter perhaps was in on that play. It's actually picked up 6, so he's 2nd and 4 for the Archers. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Davis next to Johnson, and we've got a penalty, and the Archers are clapping, so it appears to possibly be on the Bishop Dwenger Saints. So that's going to give the Archers 5 yards, and it's going to make it really close to a first down. So it'll be 2nd down and just 1. As the Southside cheerleaders sound off, "You can't do that." It's always fun to listen to the stands and the fans. And the swarming defense by Bishop Dwenger, but it appears that they are going to make their first down of the game. Once again, that running back is Thomas Davis, and he fights for the yard. Nix for Dwengers on the tackle. Three receivers to the near side, one to the far. Johnson appears to be changing up the play. Looks to throw, dancing around, and he overthrows intended receiver Therese Bobo. He was covered well by Riley Miller for Dwenger. So with 7:40 left in the first half, with Dwenger leading Southside 7-0, it's 2nd and 10 for the Archers. And once again, we have another penalty. And I believe that's on the Archers. So they'll march back 5 yards, and it will be 2nd down and 15. You just cannot afford these kind of penalties when playing the #1 team in 4A in the state. Johnson. Looks like he almost tried to pull it out from his running back's hands, but he holds on to it. That's Davis, but gets nowhere, and it's still 3rd down and a long 14 with 7:11 here in the first half. Three receivers to the far side. Bobo here to the near side. Johnson looking downfield. Screen pass to Bobo, but he's only get back to about the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Archers are going to have to punt it away, I would assume. That was an area of difficulty in this last play as the Archer punter, number 81, Bert Ford, fumbled it. We have 2 back at the 35-yard line for Dwenger. He gets it away this time, and it's number 33, Mitch Effinger. He's taking off on the right-hand side, picks up, looks like a little bit more than 30 yards, so a nice run back. He was taken down in a nice tackle by Davion Drawn for the Archers, so it's going to set up a 1st down at the Archers 35 with 6:07 left here in the first quarter. Pretty nice fan support here tonight on this beautiful evening. Quarterback keeper Bashelny picks up maybe 5 yards off to the right-hand side. So brings us up 2nd and 5. Mike Hake brings in the play. Nick Houck goes out. Bradley Black here on the near side. Bashelny hands it off to number 13, Amon Green, but he is immediately taken down by the big Archer in the middle. 3-yard loss, and it'll be 3rd down. He was brought down by number 71, Franklin Johnson, 6'5" senior, 280 pounds. He snuffed that one out. Could see that coming. Once again, Amon Clark is in the backfield, number 38. Isaac Cornwell goes into motion, pitch out to Clark. Clark tries to pick up some ground, but a penalty flag is going to be called. There's about 4 yards on the pickup. It's third down and something, but it's holding on the Saints. So it appears the Archers are going to accept that penalty and move that ball back. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Summit City Athletics. We want to thank them again for all their support of the athletes and athletics in Northeast Indiana. Got Clark behind Pachelny. 2 receivers to the left and to the right. Third down and about 19. Pachelny steps back, throws up a screen, and number 33 is going to take down the receiver. That's Andre Wright with the tackle. So it's going to be 4th down and 10 for the Dwenger Saints. Appears that the Saints will continue to try to march forward. Nope. I think they're bringing out the punting team. And Pachelny, who is not only the quarterback but also the punter, is going to step back to about the 47-yard line. Therese Bobo is back for the Archers. So 4:09 left in the first quarter. Flag is thrown. And it appears there might be a delay of game as the play clock was down to 0. Delay of game called against Dwenger. They're going to march that ball back 5 yards, where it will give Pachelny just a little bit more room. So far this year, he's had 6 punts for about a 36-yard average. Kicks it into the corner, but it's going to clearly go out of bounds. And so the official's going to mark the ball about the 25-yard line where the Archers are going to take over 1st and 10. 3:53 left here in the first quarter here at Fred Zollner Stadium. Appreciate again you coming to our YouTube site to take in this game. Tell your friends. You can find SummitCitySports.com on Twitter at 260sports. You can find us on YouTube, Summit City Sports, or you can like us on Facebook. Johnson back to throw. There's going to be a penalty called, and he's going to be taken down. Sam Henry takes down Johnson, but it's holding on the Archers, so that's going to march the Archers back 10 yards. Bring up 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 20. Not a place that you want to get a holding call. Still just 7-0 in favor of the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Johnson's going to have an empty backfield. He's going to have Bobo here on the left-hand side, or the near side, as well as A.J. King. Oh, and Johnson's going to be taken down. The question is he going to be taken down in the end zone for a safety? No. The official is going to mark it about the half-yard line. So the Archers very fortunate not to have to give up 2 points and then give the ball away. Johnson has been under attack all evening. He's not had much time at all to throw. Thomas Davis is going to come in, while number 13, A.J. King, is going to step out. Perhaps not having the Archer leading rusher is hurting the Archers at this time. And at this point, it appears that the Archers are going to take a timeout with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Parkview Sports Medicine is proud to celebrate athletic accomplishments across Northeast Indiana. Whether you're participating in organized athletics, looking for friendly competition, or wanting to stay fit, Parkview Sports Medicine's roster of physicians and experts provide a one-stop shop for surgery, rehab, sports performance, and sports nutrition. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. The Archers are at about as far back as they can be. And they are going to try to get out of this danger with the ball at about the half-yard line. It's first down and 34. Excuse me, second down and 34. Johnson's going to have Davis in the backfield and 3 receivers to his left and 1 to the near side. And here comes the blitz. Johnson gets rid of it, and Bobo is there to catch it, and he is out to the 33-yard line, almost has a first down. So the Saints blitzed and almost got Johnson, but a beautiful catch, about a 30-yard pickup by Bobo, takes the ball out to the 33-yard line. The Archers go into a no huddle with third down and about 3. Hand off to Davis, but boy, he's going to be met right up in the middle. And the Dwenger's defensive line says, you're not going anywhere. I believe that's number 78, the big man in the middle. Sam Henry, senior, 6'4", 265 pounds. So the Archers are going to have to punt, but they're in far better position than they were had Bobo not made about that 30-yard catch for the Archers. So back to punt for the Archers is number 81, Bert Ford. 2 receivers back about the 37-yard line, and they're going to call another penalty. Clark and Effinger are back for the Saints, and the Archers are going to be called for yet another penalty. I believe that's their 4th of the game. So number 13, Amon Clark, and number 33, Mitch Effinger, are back at the midfield stripe. And the Archers just get it away. Clark's going to call a fair catch. He had number 7, Keyshawn Williams, right in his face. And the ball's going to be placed at the 46-yard line, where the Saints will take over 1st and 10 with 1:27 left in the first quarter. The Saints leading the Archers 7-0. The Archers definitely have tightened up the D, which I'm sure is something that Coach Norfleet's happy about. Pachelny has double wide receivers, hands it off to number 30, Trayvon McGarry. McGarry's going to pick up about 3-4 yards. Ball's going to be placed at the 49, so it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Saints. 1:06 left in this first quarter. Into the ball game, once again, number 33, Mitch Effinger. Pachelny giving his teammates the play. Once again, 2 running backs in the back, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here comes the Archer blitz, but it's picked up. And number 15 for the Archers, Quantry Brown, is going to take down the Dwenger receiver, picking up virtually nothing. And it's 3rd down and 5 with only about 20 seconds left here in the quarter. So the Saints are going to try to get off one more play before the end of the first quarter. Pachelny hands it off, and number 33 barrels forward, Mitch Effinger, and he's going to pick up a first down, and that's going to end the, well, nope, it's not going to bring an end to the first quarter. There's 5.5 seconds left. No huddle offense. Pachelny has 1 running back, and that's going to end the first quarter. So we come to the end of the first quarter here at Fred Zollner Stadium with the host, Bishop Dwenger Saints 7 and the visiting Archers 0. SummitCitySports.com would also like to thank Sports Center in Fort Wayne, as they're Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. They're on the southwest side of Fort Wayne. Well, we have a fresh 12 minutes on the clock. The ball is at the 41-yard line of the Archers. The Saints have first down. They're going to send Nick Hauk here to the near side. With an empty backfield. Pachelny in the shotgun. 5 receivers, 2 on the left, 3 on the right. Looking left. And it's incomplete, intended for number 33, Effinger, just comes up short. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Number 32, Mike Hake, comes in. Number 10, Nick Hauk, goes off again. Pachelny bringing his team up with 10 seconds left on the play clock. 1 back in the backfield. Pachelny's going to keep it, go on the left-hand side where he's going to be taken down after about a 3 or 4 yard pickup. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for Dwenger. Pachelny is not only the leading passer for Dwenger, but he's also the leading runner, and he also serves as the punter. Excuse me, the place kicker. Nope, I checked that. He is the punter. So 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right, with 2 running backs behind Pachelny. He's gonna fake it, play action pass, looking downfield, wide open, and the defender for Southside falls down, and number 21, Tommy Steele, catches his 2nd touchdown of the game. Steele was out there waving his hand, and the Archer defender tried to correct himself to get in the way or to intercept that, but he fell down, and Steele just caught it and backed up 2 steps into the end zone. So number 19, CJ Booth, on for the second, or for point after. And it goes far left, and so the score is going to be 13-0 here with 11:05 in the second quarter. So 13-0 here at Zollner Stadium. Thank you again, fans, for joining us. It's just an absolutely gorgeous night here. There's a little bit of a wind, but not a cloud in the sky, and totally blue skies. The lights are just starting to shine down on this twilight. And the Saints are going to kick it off with Bobo back for the Archers, as well as number 13, A.J. King. The backs are Ronnie Barnett and number 23, Zarshawn Dunbar. Ball's going to go out of bounds. So there's a flag going to be called. Obviously, the penalty is called on Dwenger, so the Archers will have their choice where they're going to put that ball down, I believe. Looks like it's going to be brought out to the 35-yard line, where the Archers will start with 11:05 in the second quarter. Eldridge Wells is coming to the ball game, along with Bobo. They'll split out to the left and or the right. Johnson giving the play. Bobo to the far right, along with number 10, Amaran Green. I've seen Green do an excellent job as a receiver. Play action pass, and Bobo is going to collect it, push, and the ball's looks like it's going to be a first down. And yes, it's going to be a first down for the Archers. The ball, nice pickup for the Archers. Picks up a first down. Once again, the Archers. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Hands it off to Davis this time. And he's taken down by number 78. Same Henry. Davis once again in for Markalen Harrison, who I've not seen yet this evening. So 3 receivers here to the near side, and it appears that the Saints are going to be drawn off sides. So it's offsides called on the Saints, and that's going to give the Archers 5 more yards to work with. The ball's going to be placed at the 49-yard line, 2nd and 6 with 10-12 left here in the second quarter. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Davis behind. Nice catch by Bobo. Taken down by brought down by Watercutter. It's number 82, a junior. So that's another first down for the Archers. Once again, 3 receivers to the right, to the left, and it looks like the Saints are going to be offsides once again. So it's going to move the ball again for the Archers, up 5 yards. Tell the Saints are getting a little frustrated with each other because of these penalties. Johnson back to pass, off to Bobo. And looks like he's going to pick up another first down. So Johnson just kind of dinking it to where the chains are. Picks up another first down for the Archers. Ball's going to be placed at the 31-yard line with 9:27 left in the second half. Excuse me, the second quarter. Johnson has Davis to his right, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Bobo and Green to the right. Hands it off to Davis. Big hole on the right-hand side, and Davis spins, goes up to about the 16, 17-yard line. So the Archers are going to pick up another first down. Those short passes are opening up perhaps some holes, and the Bishop Dwenger sideline's going to call a timeout with the Archers driving. The ball at the 16-yard line with 9:03 left in the second quarter. Parkview Sports Medicine is proud to celebrate athletic accomplishments across Northeast Indiana. Whether you're participating in organized athletics, looking for friendly competition, or wanting to stay fit, Parkview Sports Medicine roster of physicians and experts provides a one-stop shop for surgery, rehab, sports performance, and sports nutrition. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. There's 5 SAC ball games being captured by Summit City Sports this weekend. Surely you can pick up one of those. One of those is live. I believe that's Carroll versus Northside. But you can pick up these games and watch them and re-watch them and share them with your friends. We really appreciate what Jeff Mahoney and Summit City Sports is doing here in this community for our athletes. Bubbo and Green will be off to the right. Eldridge Wells and Quanti's Book on the left, with Davis in the backfield for Johnson. He's going to do a quick pass out to the left-hand side. It's intended for Quanti's Book, but it just goes off his fingertips, incomplete, so it'll be second in town. Effinger for the Saints was on the coverage, but I don't think he would have gone anywhere due to the drop pass. This time we have 3 receivers. Green comes over to the left-hand side instead of the right. Johnson has Davis in the backfield. He's looking right, and he has Bobo, who jumps up and catches it, but there's a flag on the play. Will it be a touchdown for the Archers, or will there be a costly penalty? Touchdown, Southside Archers! Archers had a nice sustained drive there, just a lot of short passes and some quality runs. That was about a 16-yard pass to Bobo, who leaped up in the corner and put that in. We have number 29 for the Archers, Freedom Neh, who's 1 of 2 for PATs this season. He's going to be the kicker to try to make it 13-7. So with 8:53 here in the second quarter, will the Archers be down by 7 or 6? And it's blocked by the Saints, so they'll be down 7 here at Fred Zollner Stadium. So it's now 13-6 with a kick that didn't get very far off the ground, but the Saints had busted through the line and they quickly batted that ball down. And so with 8:53 left in the second quarter, the Saints are leading 13-6. Thus far, the Archers have fared much better than they did last year when they lost to these same Bishop Dwenger Saints. I believe it was 50 56-6 or 54-6. So the Archers are faring much better this evening. Their defense has been sharp and have contained the Saints' running game. Ney picks up his tee. He's going to place it down at the 40. Have Mitch Effinger back, along with Trayvon McGarry for the Saints. McGarry's on the far side, and Effinger's here on the near side. Official blows his whistle. Ney steps. Nice high kick. Taken at the 15, out to the 30, 35, where Effinger is going to be taken down. And the Saints will have it 1st and 10. Andre Wright for the Archers was the one who took down Effinger. So with 8:48 left in the second, Pachelny brings out his troops with one receiver to the far side, two to the near side, and one back in the backfield. Man-on-man coverage, it appears, and number 13, Amon Clark's going to break through the line. It's going to make up about 6 yards. Gerald Little for the Archers takes him down, so it'll be 2nd and about 3. $17 left on the play clock. 18-14 left in the first half. Pachelny's going to keep it, and he's going, and he could be gone to the 20, to the 15, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Saints! Pachelny picks up nearly 60 yards on the run. I don't see any dirty laundry on the field. So that means it's a touchdown for the Saints. It's going to take their lead up to 19-6 with a pending extra point. So that touchdown scored by Pachelny, only 60 yards with 7:58 left in the half. It's going to put the Saints up 19-6 after doing a relatively good job in holding the Saints to limited runs. Pachelny picks up over 60 yards on that run. And they're going to go for 2. Pachelny has number 13, Clark, in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left and the right. Pachelny pitches it out to Ahmad Clark, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. So that means the Saints are going to be up 21-6. SportsCenter is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. SportsCenter is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. SportsCenter is located at 5511 Coventry Lane here on the southwest side of Fort Wayne. I know that 2 of my daughters have purchased their letter jackets there. They were not only pleased with the quality, but we were satisfied with the price. So give SportsCenter Inc. a call or stop out to see them at 5511 Coventry Lane. Well, the Archers are down now by 2 scores plus a 2-point conversion. They've got number 1 Bobo And number 13, A.J. King, back deep. Number 19 for the Saints, C.J. Booth, is about ready to kick it off. Nice high kick. A.J. King comes out, 5, and a nice tackle by number 25, T.J. Tippmann. Just a sophomore. He just jumped out and grabbed King, brought him down at the 22-yard line, where the Archers will take over 1st and 10. So 21-6, Zollner Stadium. Bishop Dwenger leading the Southside Archers with 7:53. Johnson along with Davis in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the right. And Davis is just going to sprint forward on the right-hand side and pick up perhaps 5-6 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. Maybe 2nd down and 5 for the Archers. Now with split wide receivers to the left and right. Davis once again next to Johnson. And we have another offside penalty on Dwenger. I believe that's the 4th. That's the 4th offside penalty or illegal motion penalty that have been called tonight on the Saints. Coaches aren't happy about that, I can tell you that.
2nd down and 1 for the Archers.
Johnson in the backfield with Davis. Quick handoff, but goes nowhere.
But Kalen Harrison, loss of 2, brought down by Isaac Cornwell and Frank Yanko.
That ball only goes to the 30, so they lost a couple yards, so it's 3rd down and 2. It's going to be another penalty called. This time it's called on the Archers. So it's going to be 3rd down and perhaps 7 with 6:26 left here in the first half. The Archers will reset. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Johnson back to throw, looking, scampers away. He's being chased. Picked up by the Archers. Johnson continues to run. He's now going to throw across his body to Bobo at the 44-yard line. That's why Johnson just is so dangerous. He ran all the way to the near side of the field, then all the way back to the other side of the field. Then he throws across his body, picks up Bobo, and picks up a 1st down for the Archers at the 44-yard line with 6:01 left in the half. Davis scampers up about 3 yards. Second down and 7. We're going to have 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for the Archers. It's like man-to-man coverage for the Saints. Looks like Johnson's changing the play. Fake to Davis and just overthrows Green. covered by number 32, Mike Hake. So it's going to be 3rd down and 7. Got 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Nine seconds left on the play clock. Johnson being chased down and tries to get it to number 8, Quantez Book, but just goes out of bounds. Johnson was running for his life back there, and it's going to be 4th down, and the Archers are going to take and send in their punting unit with 5:03 left in the half. Back to punt for the Archers, number 181, Bert Ford. Steps into it with the left foot, nice kick. Off to number 33, Mitch Effinger. Goes down to that left-hand side, dances around, and he's going to bring it out to about the 50-yard line. So he's going to pick up about 25 yards. And with 4:52 left in this first half, the Dwenger Saints will once again have the ball. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Bachelny with Jordan Hudson now into the ball game behind him. Split receivers left and right. Number 21, Steele, goes into motion, and he's good thing that he's there because the snap was fumbled, and he just falls on it. So number 21, Tommy Steele, who has 2 touchdowns in this game for the Saints. Valuable play and player on that. Steele split out here to the right. Number 23, Jordan Hudson, goes to the left with another receiver. Bachelny fakes, now passes in the middle and overthrows number 10, Nick Hauk. Senior, 270-pound receiver, but he leads them just a little bit too much, and it's going to be 3rd down now with 4:07 left in the half, with the Saints leading the Archers 21-6. Chelney under center with only single receivers to the left and right. Fakes it. Now he's going to swing it out to number 23. 23 is dancing around, and he's going to go 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown for number 23, Jordan Hudson. With 3:52 left in this second half, Hudson catches that swing pass and just picked up his blockers and went from right to left, right in the corner, and picked up that touchdown. Hauk is going to hold it for C.J. Booth, who's 1 of 2 PATs, and this one drills it right through the uprights. And so the Saints are ahead now of the Archers 28-6 with 3:52 left in the half. This broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260sports. You can like us on our Facebook page at Summit City Sports, or you can be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can not only watch this game in its entirety within 24 to 36 hours, but you can also watch basketball, other football games, volleyball, soccer, and even golf. Bobo for the Archers and number 13, A.J. King, are back deep for C.J. Booth, who will kick it off for the Saints, with the Saints leading the Archers 28-6 with 3:52 left here at Zollner Stadium in the first half. A.J. King out to the 20, goes to the 25, now to the 30, 35, 40, driven out of bounds, finally at about the 42-yard line. Well, the Archers will take over first and 10. So an excellent run back for the Archers. So the ball is placed at the 39-yard line. You got split receivers to the left and right. Davis to the right of Johnson. Johnson back, looking. He's under pressure, and Johnson's just going to throw it out of bounds. And the official's going to call a penalty. Number 44, Riley Miller, was in hot pursuit of Johnson. So we'll see what the penalty is called, whether it's on the Dwenger Saints or it's on the Archers. They're going to call intentional grounding on the Archers, Johnson. So they're going to bring that ball all the way back to the 20-yard line, I believe. It's going to be second down. The Archers are going to have to get the ball all the way out to the 49-yard line with 3:35 left in the half. So a costly penalty. Again, brought about by number 44, Riley Miller, the senior, who is in hot pursuit of Johnson. Johnson back again, is under pressure again, this time by number 59, Frankie Yanko. Yanko's the leading tackler for the Saints with 13 on the season. He gets close enough to even get his hands on Johnson, and Johnson fires it over the intended receiver. So it's third down. In for the Archers is Eldridge Wells. Wells comes to the near side. Quanti's Book goes to the far side. We have Bobo here in the slot. Johnson back, fakes. Actually, he pumped, and then he threw it over number 10, Amari Green. So that's going to be fourth down for the Archers. Appears they're going to have to punt it away. They're sending it in. They're sending number 81, their punter, Bert Ford, who's been busy tonight. And for Dwenger, number 33, Mitch Effinger, and Amon Clark back for the Dwenger Saints. 3:27 left here in the second. Gets off a short punt, only goes out, but it takes an Archer bounce. Gets to about the 47-yard line, but there's going to be a penalty. And I think there's going to be a holding penalty called on the Dwenger Saints. That's correct. So they'll take that ball back 10 yards. And the Saints will be in their own territory and with 3:18 left in the half. To see if they can do any further damage. Already leading 28-6 here at Zollner Stadium. Want to thank our videographer tonight, David Mortensen's up on top of the press box here at Zollner Stadium. I am Michael Mortensen with SummitCitySports.com. Just continuing to learn how to broadcast, and I appreciate this opportunity and for your patience and listening in. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pachelny fakes it. Long pass just over the outstretched hands of number 10, Nick Hauk. Second time in the last 2 possessions that it's just gone over Hauk's head. So bring up 2nd and 10 from the 42 of the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Tommy Steele, who has 2 touchdowns already in this game, he's split out to the far side. 1 receiver to the right, 2 in the backfield. Pachelny looks and just overthrows number 21 Steele, but there's a flag on the play. Looked like it was a little bit of a busted play. Looks like he was going to hand it off to one of his running backs, and the running back wasn't there. So we'll see. Penalty is called on Dwenger. I think they're saying illegal man downfield for Dwenger, and that backs him up 5 yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and 15 for the Saints. They also lose a down, so it'll be 3rd and 15. 4 receivers, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Archer's coming with the blitz. It gets picked up. Well, it does get picked up, and Pachelny just escapes. The big man in the middle for the Archers, number 73. I believe it's actually 72. Christian Smith. He's a senior, 5'10", 290 pounds. He got Pachelny out of the pocket in a hurry. Pachelny scampers up where he's taken down at the 48-yard line. And even though they announced that it was 3rd down before, it's now 3rd down again, so it must not have been the loss of down. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Pachelny is going to go through the option, hands it off to number 30, Trayvon McGarry, and picks up a 1st down, but there is a flag in the play. There's going to be a hold called against the Saints, so they're going to pull that back. The ball's going to be taken back, so it appears from the spot of the foul. It's going to be taken back 10 yards to the 41 while the officials pick up their flags. Ball's going to be placed at the 41 of the Saints, and it is 3rd down and 11 with 2:53 left in the half. The Saints leading the Archers 28-6. Pachelny looking, and an almost incredible catch by number 32, Mike Hake, but it bounces out of his breadbasket, and that's going to bring out 4th down, and so Dwenger is going to send in their punt team, which includes their quarterback, Pachelny. Looks like the snapper for is Trinity Clark. Could be incorrect there. Back for the Archers is Davis, as well as Bobo. Looks like we've got a timeout called here on the field, with Bishop Dwenger calling that timeout with 2:47 left here in the first half, with Dwenger leading 28-6. Parkview Sports Medicine is proud to celebrate athletic accomplishments across Northeast Indiana. Whether you're participating in organized athletics, looking for friendly competition, or wanting to stay fit, Parkview Sports Medicine's roster of physicians and experts provides a one-stop shop for surgery, rehab, sports performance, and sports nutrition. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Well, we knew that this game was going to come down to, obviously, the team that could put the ball into the end zone, and the Saints have done that on some big plays. And so they're leading 28-6. Kind of goes with the averages for the year. Nice high punt that the Saints are going to just put down at the 30-yard line, where the Archers will have 1st and 10 with 2:39 left in the first half to see if they can get some additional points on the board so they don't have such a hill to climb here in the second half. Wells and Book to the near side, Bobo and Green to the right. Number 4, Davis in the backfield. Johnson to Bobo. He brings it in. Nice big play for the Archers. That's the second really nice catch for the leading receiver for the Archers. That ball is going to be placed at the 43-yard line with 2:32 left in the first half. Bobo's 8 for 145 on the season with 1 touchdown. He had 1 earlier in the game. He also, on the defensive side, has 2 interceptions, so he's definitely one of their big offensive threats. So Bobo on the far right, Green on the right, hands it off to Davis. Davis scampers up and is going to take it out about 7 yards, and the ball is going to be placed on the 43-yard line. I'm beginning to wonder if Markalen Harrison and Davis have changed uniforms. Davis or Harrison bounces out to the right-hand side. The announcer here at Zollner Stadium continues to call number 4, Davis, Markalen Harrison. I've seen Markalen on the basketball court and the football field, and that kind of looks like Markalen, but he's normally number 22. I did not hear of a change. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2 with 1:33 left here in the half, with the Archers marching. Looks like Johnson's going to change the play. 2 receivers to the left and the right. Eldridge here on the left, along with Book. Bobo and Green on the right. Penalty is called. And there's going to be a penalty called on the Archers, and that's going to back it up 5 yards. Not what they needed, with only 1:15 left in this half. Johnson back. Tries to scamper away. Almost taken down. Now throws it. And the Archer receiver intended for number 8, Quantiz Book. He just drops it at about the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down for the Archers with 53.5 seconds left in the half. He was right there, and it was right in his breadbasket. And unfortunately for the Archers, he just dropped it. Familiar set with man-to-man coverage. Johnson getting chased back, and he's going to be finally ripped down to the ground by number 49 for the Saints. Bart Tipman. So a huge loss, and not only huge loss, but now the Saints will take over 1st and 10 at their 42 with 44.3 seconds to go in this half, with the Saints already leading the Archers 28-6. Appears that a timeout's been called. I didn't see who it was actually called on. I'm guessing that that was a Saints timeout. Again, great spirited crowd here on both sides. Moments ago, the Archer Section K with their buckets and horns are calling out to the Dwenger Saint faithful on the other side of the field. The Saints are waving the stars and stripes. They've been chanting back and forth to each other. Good spirited fun. Now the Saints and Pachelny bring his team up to the line. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the near side. Pachelny looks over the defense. And he's going to throw it, and it's going to be taken in by number 13, Amon Clark. Amon Clark is going to be quickly escorted off the field with a nice tackle by the Archers, but he is going to pick up a 1st down. I take that back. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. Actually, there's a little confusion on the sidelines with the chain gang. Looks like it's just an inch to go with 39.3 seconds to go. Pachelny looking down. Same play, this time to number 33. That's Mike Effinger, and he's going to pick up the 1st down and get some. He's going to be taken out of bounds at the 15-yard line with 32.7 seconds. So Dwenger historically has been a running team this year, but they have gone to the pass to stop that clock in case it's missed. Oh. Number 21 for the Saints, Tommy Steele. He had his 3rd touchdown of the game, but he loses possession before coming down with it. And so it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 27.6 seconds to go. Pachelny looking left and feeds it right to number 84, Bradley Black, and it's touchdown Saints. So the Saints are going to go up with just 23.8 left in the 1st half. It's going to be 34-6 pending the extra point. CJ Booth back to kick it up for the Saints. And it's good. So the Saints now will take a 35-6 lead, most likely, into the locker room. Once again, fans, we thank you for joining us tonight. This is made possible by Sports Center, Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Oh, with the Archers down 35-6, they send back Bobo, who's been their most prolific receiver, and A.J. Green, who had a nice return this last punt. And number 19, C.J. Booth, is going to kick it off for the Saints. It's going to come to Green, and Green is going to reflect off him and go out of bounds. So the Archers are going to get the ball, it appears, at about the 14-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10. Archers are going to have a long way if they're going to put any points on the board, with just 22.1 second remaining in the first half, down 35-6 against the state defending champion and the #1 team in 4A, the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Johnson looking to his right, and he's going to throw it, and it's going to go right through the outstretched hands of the Archer receiver.
Johnson pass intended for Omar Jackson.
That's intended by Omar Jackson.
Penalty on the play.
And it's going to bring up 2nd and 10, but there is a penalty on the play. Going to be holding on the Archers, so the Archers are going to get backed up even further. Going to take that ball all the way to the 3 with 17.4 seconds to go. So they'll repeat first down. And once again, Johnson's going to be in his end zone, which happened in the first quarter. He's going to hand it off to either Davis or McKaylen Harrison.
McKaylen Harrison on the carry. Isaac Cornwell with the stop.
Bordwell from Dwenger is on the coverage, and he might have picked up a half a yard, but that's going to be the end of the half here at Southside versus Dwenger here at Zollner Stadium. So as we go into the half, it's 35-6 with 2 touchdowns by Tommy Steele for Dwenger, leading them. So again, we thank you for tuning in, and we're going to let you go to a little halftime break here at Zollner Stadium. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fred Zollner Stadium, where the Archers and the Dwenger Saints are about ready to start the second half. The Archers are going to receive to start the second half. Dwenger, after scoring with 8:56 in the first quarter, had a 7-0 lead. Advanced that to 13-0 with 11:05 left in the second. Then the Archers scored in the second at 8:53, but missed the extra point. And then Dwenger scored and now lead the Archers 35-6. There's one correction. I've been calling running back Davis, Thomas Davis, for the Archers. I learned that there must have been a uniform switch, and Markalen Harrison, who is the leading rusher for the Archers in this season, he's actually number 4, who has Davis's number. So we'll make that correction here in the second half. My apologies. I did not see that got switched, and it's not changed in the directory. So it must have been something on that uniform or just a switch. So with that, we'll start calling number 4, Markalen Harrison. So the Saints about ready to kick off deep to Bobo and number 13, A.J. King. I believe that's King coming up to the 20, escapes a tackle, but finally is tripped up by 69 for Bishop Dwenger. Don't see his number listed on the roster as either.
First and 10 Archers on the 24-yard line.
So he must be a reserve. And the Archers are going to have it 1st and 10 to start the second half at the 24-yard line.
Luther Hall on the tackle.
That's Luther Hall on the tackle. He's listed as number 90. Appreciate the Dwenger coach letting us know. And Bobo is out of bounds, but once again comes down with an amazing catch. Bobo has already had 2 outstanding catches in the first half. Shaken up just a little bit, so he's going to stay on the sidelines. Doesn't appear to getting medical treatment, so the Archers will try again 2nd and 10 from their 23-yard line, 24-yard line. Johnson in the shotgun, split receivers to the left and the right. Looks like he's going to audible on the play. Fake handoff. Now had number 10, Green, wide open, but he overthrows him. And so it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Archers. Wow. That was going to be a touchdown for the Archers, but just overthrown. So 3rd down. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Throws it, and it's received by the Archers. Quickly taken down. That was thrown and completed to Quantez Book, but he's not going to pick up any on that, and actually loses some, and so it's going to be 4th down. And number 81, Bert Ford, once again in to kick. He's a left-handed boot, so back for Bishop Dwenger will be number 13, Hamon Clark, playing his first game in 2 weeks. And number 33, Mitch Effingham. Decent boot, and Effingham comes up with it at about the 49-yard line, where the Saints will take and go 1st and 10. Just a beautiful venue here at Fred Zollner Stadium. The home field for both the Bishop Dwenger Saints and the Concordia Cadets. Dwenger sends out to the Bradley Black, who had a touchdown reception to the near side. 2 running backs behind Pajelny. Hands it off to Green. Green's going to run through the defense and is going to get close to the 1st down if he hasn't already. Appears that he's going to be just short. It's going to be 2nd and 1 with 10:36 left here in the third quarter. The Archers cannot afford to give up any more points if they hope to even come close in this game. Pachelny into the middle, hands it off, and they're going to get a first down. The ball is going to be placed at the 39-yard line.
Behind the blocking of Joe Chipman and Mitchell Campbell.
Amon Clark gets the first down. Tippmann, one of the lead blockers. I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot of Clark in this second half, just to keep that clock running. Once again to Clark, and he's going to be gobbled up. Probably made 2 on the play.
2nd and 9 Saints.
The announcer here says 2nd and 9 with 9:27. Number 21, Tommy Steele. Number 38, Isaac Cornwell are going to check out. To the right-hand side will be Nick Hauk, and here to the near side will be number 84, Bradley Black. 2 running backs in the backfield next to Pachelny. He hands it off to number 32, Mike Hake, and Hake is down the right-hand side, definitely picks up the first down and more before he's taken out of play at the 19-yard line. So they've definitely created some holes in the Archer defense, and they're moving the ball readily down the field with the double running back. Pachelny, hands it off to number 13, Clark, and it's fumbled, but I believe Clark is actually going to pick it up.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Amon Clark.
So Clark fumbles it, but falls on it before an Archer can get his mitts on it. He's going to lose about 5 yards in the process. So with 8:23 left in the third quarter, with the Dwenger Saints leading 35-6, Dwenger has 2nd and 14. Pachelny back to Amon Clark, and he's met immediately by the Archer defense. Taken down by 2 or 3 Archers.
Amon Clark, couple-yard loss.
I think he was taken down by
Bringing up third and
number
about
50, Jacob Torres, senior for the Archers. So it's going to bring 3rd down and 18 with 7:42 left here in the quarter. So we have 2 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left. Play fake. Now Pachelny goes to the corner, and he's going to complete it, but it's out of bounds.
Pachelny passed.
He was caught by number 33, but out of bounds, Mitch Effinger. So the Archers are going to take over on downs, 1st and 10. So it's a nice play, but just a yard or 2 out of bounds. Actually, it brings up 4th down and 18. And the Saints are going to send 2 receivers, Steele and Hauk to the right, and Black here to the left, along with Clark. Pachelny pumps, throws it. There's 2 flags in the play, and it's going to be intercepted in the end zone by Torres Bobo. But we'll see what the officials call.
intercepted by Bobo.
The officials are congregating about the 33-yard line, determining what the two flags are called. Bobo has already caught one touchdown pass, and this would be an interception. It's going to be holding on the Dwenger Saints, and as a result, that's going to be declined, and the Archers are going to take over at the 20-yard line. So the Archers can breathe a sigh of relief and go back on offense where they hope to score. Once again, Bobo, a senior, a leading receiver for the Archers. That's his third interception on the season, and he's already had one touchdown tonight for his second of the season. Two receivers left and right with Harrison, and it's actually hiked to Harrison. Harrison comes out to about the 25, 26, 27 before he's taken down by a boatload of Saints. So instead of hiking it directly to Johnson, the center hiked it right to the running back, leading rusher for the Archers. There's a player down for the Archers. This time we want to again thank Parkview Sports Medicine. They're a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Looking ahead to next week, the Archers won't perhaps have any easier time. They have to take on perhaps the number one team in the city, 5A Snyder, at Jack Weichert Stadium, whereas the Saints will go to 6A Homestead. Dwenger then takes on the likes of Carroll and other top SAC teams, so they'll see what they're truly made of. Now we've got receivers to the near side and the far side. Bobo is here on the far right. Johnson is going to be taken down by number 38. Isaac Cordwell also serves as a running back for the Saints. He's going to get Johnson and drive him back approximately 7 yards. So it's going to be third down and a long 17 for the Archers with 6:26 left here in the third quarter, down 35-6 against the number one seeded Bishop Dwenger Saints. Saints offensive line with Sam Henry in the middle at 6'4", just dominated the Archers. They handed off to Markalen Harrison, but he has nowhere to go. He's going to be driven back to the 10-yard line. So it's going to bring up fourth down, and the Archers look like they're going to have to punt it away.
A host of Saints led by Frank Yanko and Big Sam Henry.
Sam Henry, who I mentioned previously, he was in on that play, and just a huge young man, 265 pounds, 6'4", senior. With the Archer punter on his own end line, he's going to have to get out quick. He's left-footed. He kicks it out to about almost the 40-yard line. And they've got the Dwenger Saints returns it to about the 25-yard line, but there is a flag in the play. Sounds like it could be a hold. And it is, and it's against Bishop Dwenger. So they'll march that ball back 10 yards, place it at from the spot of the foul. And they'll put the ball down after they get a replacement ball. They'll bring that, the Saints will start at the 36-yard line with 5:12 left in the third quarter. Keep your eye on Steele on the far side. He already has 2 touchdowns, had another that just went off his fingertips. Pacelli with a single back in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left. Option out to number 13, Clark. Clark's going to pick up about 6 yards, get to the 29-yard line where he's driven back by a host of Archers on defense. Brings up 2nd and 4 for Pachelny's Saints. Clark checks out. Number 33, Effinger, checks in. Going to do a quick handoff. And Saints are going to pick up a first down.
First down, Saints.
Patelny with 2 backs in the backfield. Double wide receivers, left and right. Hands it off, same play. Goes right back up in the middle. And it's going to be 2nd down. Effinger comes back into the game for the Saints. I believe that's McGarry that is in the backfield. Now it was going to be a pitch, but Pachelny holds on to it, but there's a flag on the play, and the Archers, they seem to be celebrating. So I'm guessing, yep, that's a hold. And so instead of 2nd and 8, it's probably going to be 2nd and 18. So the ball will be taken back 10 yards. Mike Hake comes back into the ball game for the Saints as they back up. Ball's placed at the 36-yard line with 3:17 left in this third quarter. Pachelny pressured by the Archers, number 33, Andre Wright, but he does get rid of it, and so that's going to be 3rd down and 21.
3rd down, about 20.
Looks like we have a new quarterback in for the Saints, number 12. Hands it off. That's Eddie Morris, now the quarterback for the Saints. Morris is a junior, 6'1", 182 pounds. He just hands it off, and the runner doesn't pick up much. Morris back with nobody in the backfield, but now number 33 goes into motion, and then he's gonna hike it backwards or pitch it backwards, and the Archers are gonna pick it up, and they're running down, and they're gonna make it all the way back to the 5-yard line. That's number 33, Andre Wright, who's come up big for the Archers. So the quarterback, the new quarterback for the Saints, he tried to do a little razzle-dazzle, pitch it back, and the intended running back wasn't there. And number 33 for the Archers, Wright, picks it up and lumbers all the way down to about the 6-yard line, where it'll be first and goal for the Archers with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Number 21, Gerald Little, heading out to give the play to number 5, Dennis Johnson. Johnson under center. Hands it to Markalen Harrison, hits the line, bounces off, comes back, but then he's hit again, this time by Dwenger, but another flag is thrown. It appears like it might be a face mask. I'm guessing that's going to be called on the Dwenger Saints, so that would be a nice break. Actually a hold. So they're going to take the ball. Well, it is face mask. And they're going to take it halfway to the goal line. And it's going to be first and goal for the Archers. Gerald Little in the backfield along with Markalen Harrison. Johnson under center. Hands it off to Markalen Harrison, dances, jukes, and pushes forward. It's going to pick up maybe 2. So it'll be second and goal. Markalen is low center of gravity, very powerful runner, leading runner for the Archers.
Thomas Sorlet on the tackle.
It's going to pick up maybe a yard or 2. It's going to be second down and goal for the Archers.
On the 1-yard line for the Archers.
Ball's actually placed just shy of the 1-yard line. And Bishop Dwenger is going to call a timeout with 1:09 left here in the third quarter, leading the Archers 35-6. Sports Center is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center is located at 5511 Coventry Lane in Fort Wayne, there on the southwest side in the village of Coventry, near Buffalo Wild Wings. So head on over, tell them that we sent you from SummitCitySports.com with our thanks. Speaking of SummitCitySports.com, you can follow us on Twitter at 260sports. You can like our Facebook page at Summit City Sports, or you can be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Summit City Sports. We provide basketball, soccer, football, volleyball, and even golf on a weekly basis, generally within 24 to 36 hours of the game. So as the Archer cheerleaders head down near the end zone to perhaps cheer on their team, Johnson looks up over center. Quick handoff, this time to number 21, Gerald Little. And Gerald Little is a big little truck and heads right under the end zone, where the Archers are going to pick up their touchdown with 1:05 left here in the third quarter. The Archers will pick up another 6 points. They're going to try to get it up to either 13 or 14, depending if they go for a 2-point conversion. And it looks like they're going to go for a 2-point conversion here to see if they can get up to 14 points. Just be down 3 scores. So Johnson's going to send. Oh, I think we're going to have a timeout. Some confusion for the Archers. So Coach Norfleet for the Archers is going to call one of his timeouts, call his players over to his side, and regroup, as this score is really important for the Archers and continuing to rebuild this program. Archers have won 2 games the last 2 years. It's been 16 years since they beat the Saints. That was back in 2000 when Mark Bailey, one of my old classmates, now principal in Fort Wayne Community Schools, was the coach. So the official places the ball down. Johnson's back with 1 back. 3 receivers to the left and the right. He looks left, looks right, throws it, and it's intercepted by number 32 for the Saints, Mike Hake. And so the Archers will only get 6 points. So with 1:05 left in the third quarter, it's Bishop Dwenger 35 and the Southside Archers 12. Fans, I encourage you to share SummitCitySports.com with your friends. Let them know that they can watch these games. Spread the word. SummitCitySports.com is a great vehicle to celebrate what young men and women are doing positively here in the Summit City. So encourage you to share with others. SummitCitySports.com as we continue to grow in showing weekly football matches or games, soccer matches, volleyball games, as well as even some golf highlights. So check us out at SummitCitySports.com or find us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like us on Facebook at Summit City Sports, or go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel, where you can get the latest in news and information on those teams in the SAC and the Fort Wayne area. So the Archers are going to kick it off. This will be, ball's going to be kicked off by number 81, Bert Ford. It's kind of a squib kick, takes an Archer bounce, picked up. Saints runner is going to come out to about the 40-yard line, where he's going to be swarmed over by the Archers. Looks like number 82, Alec Watercutter, was the returner on the play. So with 58.9 seconds left in this third quarter here at Zollner Stadium on the north side of Fort Wayne, home of the Bishop Dwenger Saints as well as the Concordia Cadets, the Saints are now leading the Archers 35-12. Saints continue to be led by quarterback number 12. Pachelny is on the bench, resting perhaps for the rest of the evening. Eddie Morris, that running back, hit the Archer line and went nowhere. And so it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Miller under center, 2 backs behind him, hands it off to Amon Clark. And the Archer defense is stiffened up, and Clark goes nowhere. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. It's taken down by Jacob Torres for the Archers. That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter here at Zollner Stadium, with the Saints leading the Archers 35-12 as we are going to head into the fourth quarter. It's at this time that the Archers will take some of their seniors out to the track, and they will start their legendary cheer that they've been doing for years. That Archers have the power. They use this for their basketball as well as football games. It's always at the start of the fourth, either the fourth quarter or the fourth period. That's a cheer that be interesting to know how many years that's been going. But I know it was in the 80s when I was in high school. Well, the Saints will start going from north to south with a fresh 12 minutes on the clock here in the fourth quarter, leading rather comfortably 35-12. We got number 12, Eddie Morris, running the show for the Saints. He's going to pitch it back and almost intercepted by the Archer. And Clark, the carrier, thankfully for the Saints, was able to haul that in, but he was taken down immediately by Christian Smith, who I believe is number 72 for the Archers. So they snuffed that up. Now the Archers are going to go back with Markaylin Harrison and Therese Bobo, see if they can break a big one. Bachelny is going to kick it. And the ball almost hits the Dwenger Saint in the back, number 25. That's TJ Tippmann. And the Archers are going to take over on the 35, needing multiple scores to get back into this game. Perhaps the most success the Archers have had is when they've dumped it off on short passes to the left and the right, and then threw in a balanced running game tonight. And we'll see if they go back to that. This time they have 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Markaylin Harrison in the backfield with Dennis Johnson. The Saints fake a blitz, and Johnson runs out of time. So they're going to have delay of game called against the Archers. Penalties can be just so hard for a young team that's trying to turn things around. Johnson with fresh 25 seconds on the clock has 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. With Harrison in the backfield, looking downfield. He's going to get chased. And, oh, nice catch, but a tremendous tackle by the Saints. Number 39, Isaac Bloom. Boy, that was a big hit. Really no gain on the play. Johnson was having to scramble, and he found his intended receiver, but he got nowhere. So now with a receiver to the right, or 2 receivers to the left and right, the Saints almost jumped off sides, which they'd done several times in the first half. Changing the play with 3 seconds left in the play clock. Gets it off, just barely. And he's being pursued and chased. And he gets away from the would-be tacklers. Now he's going to throw it downfield. There's Therese Bobo, but it's overthrown. No flags on the play. I think Johnson must have ran about 40 yards going from left and right and just trying to get away from the defenders that were ready to put him down, but he scampered away, got it off to Bobo, but just overthrows the speedster. for the Archers, who already has 1 touchdown. Here on this side, we've got number 6, Wells, and number 8, Quantiz Book. Sure, that means we have Bobo on the far right side. Johnson back. It's tipped by the lineman for the Saints. Number 49, I believe.
Johnson pass broken up by Bart Tipman.
That's Tipman. He tips the pass, and so that's going to bring up 4th down and a long ways for the Archers. Once again, number 81, Bert Ford, the kicker, the left-handed boot for the Archers, is going to kick it off to the Saints. Saints receivers are back at the 40. It's a short kick. It's going to go out of bounds. So there'll be no return. And with 10 minutes left in the game, the Saints are leading 35-12 over the Archers. Ball's going to be placed at the 45-yard line. It's only about a 15-yard boot. That's not going to help the Archer defense that's been on the field a long time this evening. Eddie Morris back, looking, and almost taken down by the Archers, number 71, but he's going to escape, and looks like he's going to pick up a 1st down, or at least close to it. Well, I take that back. He went out of bounds sooner than I thought, so he picks up 5 yards, and it will be 2nd and 5 at the 40. Once again, Pachelny's not hurt, just he's on the sidelines giving the junior, Eddie Morris, a little extra PT. Hands off to number 26 for the Saints, a new running back. That's another runner that that's Peyton Davis, a sophomore. 5'8", 150-pound running back. Can assume that there's going to be several new players getting an opportunity to play, with the Saints leading the Archers 35-12. Morris back, throws deep, and intended for number 41, Trinity Clark.
Intended for Trinity Clark, incomplete.
But it's incomplete, and so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Saints break this huddle, 10 seconds left on the play clock. Morris is the quarterback. Hands it off to number 26 again, Peyton Davis. He's going to pick up 2, bring up 3rd and 8. 9:03 left in the game. Once again, the Archers next week are get no better draw. They have to play 5A leading Snyder, SAC leading Snyder, and the Saints will go to Homestead to take on the Spartans. Looks like there's some movement on, but no flag thrown, and number 12 Morris is going to pick up a 1st down as he carries the ball. Ball is going to be placed at the 24-yard line. It will be 1st and 10. Archers just trying to hold on, keep the Saints from scoring again. Saints scored over 50 points last year against these Archers, so it'd be nice for them if they could keep them. Another handoff for the Saints. That's, I believe, number 17, Schwarzkopf. He's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage, where it's going to be 2nd and 10. 7:49 with the clock running. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Morris in the shotgun. Keeps it. Takes it up to about the 21-yard line, where he's taken down by the Archers. It'll be 3rd and 7 according to the scoreboard. Number 17, Schwarzkopf, comes back into the game, gives the play to Morris. Big receiver in Jared Lee, 6'1". Oh, excuse me, that's not Lee. Now it's going to go over to the, and it was intended for Tippmann, but it's incomplete, so that's going to bring up 4th down. And it appears that the Saints are going to go for it. Actually, they're going to go a 38-yard, or they're going to go for a 38 field goal. This will be number 19, CJ Booth. Archers approach. Nobody gets a hand on it, and it's good. So a 38-yard field goal by the senior field goal kicker, CJ Booth. He's now 2 for 4 on the season, and the Saints are going to go up 38-12 with 6:46 left in the game. Once again, fans, we want to thank you for tuning in this week. We want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine. They are proud to celebrate athletic accomplishments across Northeast Indiana. Whether you're participating in organized athletics, looking for friendly competition, or wanting to stay fit, Parkview Sports Medicine's roster of physicians and experts provides a one-stop shop for surgery, rehab, sports performance, and sports nutrition. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. So CJ, who just kicked that long field goal, is going to kick it off to Bobo and number 13, AJ King. It's going to come this time to Bobo. Bobo comes up on the side, stutter step, tries to get around 2 of the defenders, but he's taken down about to the 35-yard line. CJ was actually in the play, helping to bring down the Archer return kick, the kick returner. He must have been pumped up from that field goal. Ball's placed at the 26-yard line. Johnson with Harrison on his back. 3 receivers to the right. Book to the left. Excuse me, that's Eldridge Wells. Wells comes up with it, stays in bounds. The ball is... The ball is going to be placed at the 31-yard line. That's 2nd and 5. .6:14 left. The Archers are going to probably be called for a hold. Johnson's just trying to get out of there and get back to the line of scrimmage. Loses the ball, and there's a fumble on the play. Looks like Dwenger is going to pick it up. The officials are saying that it belongs to the Saints, but the question is, oh, and that question is answered. There was a holding on the Archers. Johnson fumbles the ball. 2nd fumble of the game for the Archers. And so the Saints are going to have the ball on 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. So very short field once again for these Saints, who are already leading 38-12 with 6:01 left in the game. We have a new quarterback, this time Blake Shear, sophomore, in for the Saints. He runs right into the line, doesn't get anywhere. Tackled by Gerald Little. The Archer defense just seems to be a little bit tired after being on the field so long this evening. Archer fans still trying to cheer on their Archers. Once again, Shear, the sophomore. He's in with number 34, I believe, Henry Hilger behind him. Before he can get a playoff, yellow flags decorate the field. It's going to be a false start, which will be a 5-yard penalty for the Saints, backing them up 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 14 with 5:13 left in this game, with the Saints leading the Archers 38-12. Two receivers to the left and right. Shear keeps it and heads upfield before he's taken down about the 23-yard line. It's 3rd down, 14.
3rd down and about 11.
Check that, 3rd down and 11. 4:37 with the time moving along. Shear gives instructions. I'm sure this is a highlight for him to get in this game at this point. Good training for him in subsequent years. He's back to throw. Gets it to number 25. That's TJ Tippmann. Tippmann's going to pick up about 5 on the play. Ball's going to be placed at the 14-yard line, where it's going to be 4th down. And the Saints are just going to go for it. 4:10 left in the game. Receivers split, 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Play action, doesn't pitch it out. Shear is going to take it, but he's going to come up short. Only going to make about 3 yards, and the Archers are going to take over on downs. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like us on Facebook page, or like our Facebook page at Summit City Sports, or make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. This week you can check out soccer, volleyball, golf, And of course, Friday night football again next Friday night. So tell your friends and neighbors that they can watch these games on delay or our one live game every week. The Archers are going to hand it off. It's going to just pick up 2 yards. Isaiah Green's going to pick it up or get that tackle for the Saints. Archers continue to be a young squad, even though they have some skilled seniors. They're still relatively young for Roosevelt Norfleet's team that he took over 3 years ago. Johnson picks it up off the ground, and he gets it out to his intended receiver.
Johnson pass complete, brought down by Sean O'Sullivan.
It's going to be a first down, and that reception was made by Taurease Bobo, the leading receiver for the Archers. Sean O'Sullivan for the Dwenger Saints brings him down, but fresh set of downs for the Archers now with 3:20 left in this game, with the Saints leading 38-12. Three receivers to the near side. Bobo to the far right. Johnson looking. Almost intercepted by number 24, Michael Garrett, but the Archer number 8, Quanti's Book, picks up a nice catch.
Michael Garrett on the stop.
Going to pick up about 7 yards on the play. Ball's going to be at the 38-yard line, where the Archers want to keep moving with 2:49 left in this game. Johnson fakes it, and then he keeps it, and he's going to get a new first down. New running back in, Quandre Brown, into the Archer lineup, but Johnson, who proved to be elusive, is going to pick up a new first down, which will stop the clock while they move the chains, and it's going to be first down at the 47-yard line for the Archers. Johnson looking far right, now to Bobo, another outstanding catch. It's going to land at the 15-yard line with 2:08, but another nice grab, big pickup. Bobo is definitely over 100 yards in receiving tonight. He's also had an interception as well as a touchdown. So Taurease Bobo having an excellent evening for the Archers. They're down 38-12, but the Archers have not quit, which is something I know Coach Norfleet, that's important to him. So 3 Archers to the left, 1 to the right. Bobo's to the left. Now a little screen pass to number 3 for the Archers. That's Ronnie Barnett, one of the leading defenders for the Archers, getting a little time on the offense, and he's going to get down to about the 2-yard line, where it's going to be a first and goal for the Archers. So nice screen play to Ronnie Barnett, and the Archers are on the door to score with 1:53 left. If the Archers can knock this in and get the 2-point conversion, they'll tie their season high in terms of points. The Archers have only been averaging a little bit over 13 points a game, but last week they did get 20 against host Northrop. The officials coming over to talk to Coach Northfleet about the placement of the ball. The ball's going to be placed, it appears, at the 1-yard line, and there's going to be a timeout called by the Bishop Dwenger Saints. They obviously don't want another score. One more shout out to Sports Center, Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or to answer questions concerning pricing. Sports Center is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, right there by Buffalo Wild Wings in Fort Wayne. Also want to thank again Parkview Sports Medicine. Again, we're so privileged to have Parkview Sports Medicine, not only for their trainers that they provide at all of these games and practices, but also the dollars they spend to promote and encourage IHSAA athletics here in Fort Wayne. So it doesn't matter if you go to a soccer game or a basketball game, football game, their signage and their dollars are spent to support our teams, and we thank them. Markalen Harriston's the deep back for the Archers. He's going to be handed off to Harriston, and he's going to run in for a touchdown. With 1:50 left in the game, Markalen Harriston, the leading rusher for the Archers, that's his first touchdown of the season. And I know that he'd rather have the win, but he is an excellent young man. And the Archers are going to go for a 2-point conversion, see here if they can tie their season high in terms of points. Hands it off once again to Markalen. He's going to head to the right side of the end zone, and he goes in for the 2-point conversion. So now with 1:50 left in the game, the Archers are down 38-20. Each of these drives and each of these possessions builds confidence in the young Archers. Bishop Dwenger has already sent out several reserve players to get action as well. Cheerleaders led by Dawn Clopton at Southside continuing to cheer no matter what the score is. I've had a chance to go to a lot of Archer games over the years, and the Southside cheerleaders are award-winning. They've gone to various contests, which they've won across the state, and I know that Dawn demands excellence as well as great character. So we again celebrate all the time and energy that not only the Archer cheerleaders put into supporting their team, but also to the Saint cheerleaders. Earlier tonight, one of the Saint cheerleaders sang the national anthem, and it was absolutely stunning. It was very beautiful. So again, we thank the cheerleaders for their support of these football players. They practice long, the cheerleaders that is, and they often are overlooked. So again, we thank the cheerleaders for both squads. So with 1:50 left in the game, it's now 38-20, and the Archers appear to kick it away. Just a short kick, immediately down, covered up by the Saints at about the 39-yard line. That kick was picked up by, I believe that was number 39, Isaac Bloom. Isaac Bloom earlier in this game had a big hit on one of the Archers, but also appears to be a valuable special teams player. So with 1:48 left, the Bishop Dwenger Saints up 38-20 over the Archers. Number 11, Blake Shear, only a sophomore, is out leading his Saints with two receivers to the left and right, hands it off, but there's a quick flag called I believe that's legal procedure. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Saints. .147 left. 20 seconds on the play clock. Receiver to the left, 2 to the right. 2 running backs in the backfield. And we have another flag called. And once again, same call. And another 5 yards tacked on. I'm sure the Bishop Dwenger staff knows that they have young players, but I'm sure they don't want this to continue going the wrong way. I'm sure the Archers would like nothing more than to be able to get another score. So 1:45 left, 1st and 20. Shear is just going to eat it. Essentially doesn't pick up anything. In fact, loses perhaps another 3-4 yards. And Southside this time sensing they might be able to get this ball back and score again. They're going to call a timeout and come over and talk to their coach, Roosevelt Norfleet. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. You can like us on Facebook at Summit City Sports, or you can make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, where throughout the week you can see interesting articles, videos, recaps, as well as previews of all the teams here in the Fort Wayne area. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll have another live broadcast, as well as covering all the SAC in action. Quick handoff, going nowhere, is the Saints running back. Got buried so quick I couldn't even see who it was. Number 24, that's Michael Garrett, sophomore. So it's a 3rd down and 24 with 1:09 left. Number 11, Blake Shear, comes across the field to give instructions to his team. Less than a minute left in this game. Shear has receivers to the left and right. Just hands it off once again to, I believe, number 24, Michael Garrett. Southside calls a quick timeout now with 40.6 seconds left. And it's 4th down, so the Archers, again, they want to see if they can get one more score, which would give them a new high for the season. Last week they scored 20 points against Northrop, and this week they've scored 20 against 4A number 1 Bishop Dwenger. It is good to see Coach Schwarzkopf back again after fighting illness last season. So it looks like the Bachelny is going to be back in for the Saints to kick it off to Markalen Harrison, number 4, and number 1, Therese Bobo for the Archers. And the Archers come running, but he gets it away. Bobo is just going to let it bounce and go past him. It's going to be down by number 44, Riley Miller, senior, at the 33-yard line. of the Archers, well, they'll have 30.9 seconds left on the clock. See if they can manage another score. Once again, next week, the Archers will take on SAC leading Snyder High School at Jack Weichert Stadium. And these Saints will take on Homestead. Johnson back to throw. It's complete. It's number 8, Quanti's Book. Archers quickly get back to the line of scrimmage where it's with 15 seconds left. Time maybe for one more play. Johnson is going to throw it long. And yet the official is going to call holding, I'm guessing, on number 27, Sam Obergfell. So the clock stops with 4 seconds. Wells was the intended receiver. They're going to call pass interference. Called against the Saints. Unlike NFL rules, I don't believe, will take it down. Nope, it's just I believe a 15-yard penalty. And so the ball is going to be placed at the 42, giving the Archers maybe one more shot at the end zone. Backfield is empty for Johnson. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Watch for Therese Bobo. Here comes the blitz. Johnson, even as the clock expires, is trying to escape, being chased down. He lets it fly, and it's pass interference is going to be called again, and the game can't end out of the defensive penalty. The intended receiver was Green, but the penalty is called, and so we'll see where they're going to place the ball. Again, second pass interference play called again. Even if Green had caught the ball, it was shy of the goal line, but the Archers are going to get another chance with no time remaining on the clock, down 38-20. Kind of an exciting ending here. Archer cheerleaders and fans trying to cheer them on to get some more points. Johnson steps up. He's going to throw it this time to Bobo, intended for Bobo, but it's knocked down by number 25, TJ Tipman, and knocked away. So that brings us to the end of the game with the Bishop Dwenger Saints defeating the Southside Archers 38-20 here at Zollner Stadium. So on behalf of our videographer, David Mortensen, I'm Michael Mortensen. It's been my pleasure to be your announcer, broadcaster tonight. We thank, again, SummitCitySports.com for their coverage of all of these games, as well as Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center, our premier sporting goods dealer here in the Fort Wayne area. So until next week, or along the internet, we'll leave you. We thank you again for tuning in, and we wish you the best. So once again, the Bishop Dwenger Saints go to 3-0. The Archers have yet to win, and yet they'll take on formidable foe Snyder next week, as Bishop Dwenger will have a huge test in the Homestead Spartans. With that, good night, everyone. Have a good evening.